And thank you, everybody, for your testimonies here today for something that's so important for all New Yorkers, and everybody has a lot of questions. President Driscoll, I just got a quick question for you also, too. What is the current state of implementation of public renewables?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
What is the current state of the implementation of public renewals?
The
Renewables.
legislation from last year?
Yes.
Right. So as you may recall, there's a specific timeline set forth in the statute. The first work that we had to do was within the first 180 days, we had to launch and complete the conferral process. So we met with over 50 stakeholders. We finished that, and we filed that in December. The next step is the preparation of our strategic plan, which we will spend 2024 doing, and that strategic plan is due on January 31, 2025. We've already, even though we're in the strategic planning process, we've already issued an RFI that we've gotten a very robust response to for partnership opportunities with the private sector. And we've also bid on a project in the city, on Staten Island, just to preserve our optionality as we get going with these efforts in January 2025.
Great, don't mind me. I'm trying to get a couple in there. Are we on track with the CLCPA's mandates?
So I believe at this time, the early target for 2030, the goal is to achieve 70% by 2030 renewable energy, and we are currently under contract with 63% capacity towards that goal. And additional contracts and RFPs are pending. It'll be close, but the plan to get there is underway, and we're moving with intent to hit that goal.
You know, Rory, I just want to say something to you. Thank you so much. Over the summer, you actually attended my green hydrogen tour, which meant a lot to me. There was 150 people that showed up. We had elected officials, and I thank Senator Kruger also for attending. And it was something very important. I think it was very interesting for you, especially with your background and everything like that. But can you give me a little bit of a heads up how you feel, you know, wind, solar, and battery storage? You know, I've been beating this to death in a lot of ways. Tell me, what about other renewable energies like, you know, geothermal, green hydrogen, carbon capture, nuclear? Can you, sewage heat recovery expansion? Can you give me a little bit of heads up what your feelings are, and especially with your background, that we need to have other sources of renewable energy for our future?
Well, my feelings don't really matter that much. It's the facts. What I can say is the CLCPA actually recognizes how we're going to achieve these goals right in its language. 70% renewables by 2030. The remainder is going to have to come from other sources, and that could be any number of resources. And we at the Commission are charged with identifying what those resources should be. In an effort to do so, we started the Zero Energy Emissions Proceeding, where we're taking feedback from industry, concerned citizens, and others. I believe individuals from Brookhaven and Stony Brook that we met have likely already submitted comments in that. And we're taking that feedback into making a determination of what technologies will best serve the needs of New Yorkers to ensure the continuity of the system, ensure the emissions-free nature of our goals is met, while also ensuring affordability, reliability, and safety. So very much appreciated the invitation. And,
absolutely, but we got to make sure that we invest in other renewable energy. Battery storage, what's happening, what's going on fire. Give me a little bit of heads up. You think this is a good investment? How is this a good investment if we're having nothing but issues? And again, I did say this, wind, solar. What happens on these days? We had the worst. We had no sun in January. We had nothing. How is this moving forward? You know, with us, with this battery storage going on fire, the investment companies that they don't even know what to do because they're asking for us to invest in New York State, and look what's happening.
Well, battery storage in particular plays a unique role in helping balance the system as a whole. The ability to store energy when it's produced and displace it when it's needed is a huge asset to the grid in any form in the future. So the goals that we have in place with the targets, I think, are supportive of our overall transition plans. Now, that said, we are going to need other assets. We are going to need other resources. The risk you identified, when the sun doesn't shine and the wind doesn't blow, what are we going to do?
Right.
Which is exactly why the Commission began the Zero Emissions Proceeding, to identify those dispatchable resources, those resources we can turn on and off as needed, that'll provide us that energy and reliability we so value.
Please, we need to look into other renewable energies also too, for jobs for people that are going to be losing their jobs, especially like in the plumbing industry. We need to make sure that, and we need to make sure we have a plan, not a ban with our natural gas.